Einstein, time does not exist. It is just an illusion produced by the activity of the human brain.
This is probably the question that Einstein thought about the most in his life, because in the special theory of relativity, because the ether does not exist, Einstein rededuced a set of physics theories based on the constant speed of light and cannot be surpassed, and in this theory, time is no longer fair. The time expansion formula in the special theory of relativity proves that time will expand with the change of the speed of the object's movement. In general, the faster the object's movement speed, the slower time is equivalent to it. The above formula, which appears to be extremely counterintuitive at first glance, has actually been verified. At present, all the atomic clocks on artificial satellites orbiting the Earth have a slightly slower elapsed speed than the atomic clocks on the ground, so they are used for navigation. When artificial satellites provide services, they use the time expansion formula to eliminate the time difference between the sky and the Earth due to speed, so that the accuracy of navigation can be guaranteed. Otherwise, the lost time that is not synchronized due to time expansion will form a very large error after the accumulation of days and months, which will cause a deviation of several kilometers or even tens of kilometers in the positioning and navigation. But in the special theory of relativity, Einstein did not understand the true meaning of time. He only understood the characteristic of time expansion. Further exploration of the nature of time would have to wait for the general theory of relativity. In the Einstein's general theory of relativity called Newton's law of universal gravitation by the physics community, time begins to be related to the newly added gravity. So in the four-dimensional space-time universe of the three-dimensional space plus one-dimensional time of general relativity, black holes and neutron stars and other gravitational celestial bodies, the lapse of time will slow down. In other words, in a strong gravitational environment and near the speed of light, time will expand. Therefore, in the hard science fiction movie Interstellar, for every hour of the protagonist's activity on the planet near the black hole, the time on the Earth will pass 7 years. At the same time, it is precisely the use of the time passing near the black hole slows down. At the end of the film, the self-consistent plot of the father is younger than the daughter was successfully realized. In general relativity, time and space are integrated and cannot be separated, so if we only take time out separately, we will never be able to understand the true meaning of time. Under the premise of the integration of space and time in the universe is actually an object. From the activities of distant stars to quantum fluctuations that we cannot directly see, the continuous process of the motion of objects in these spaces is the concrete manifestation of time. At the same time, as a typical single-arrow property, time itself cannot be stopped or frozen, because time is related to space and all matter and energy in space. Although the speed of light is theoretically reached, the speed of time will be infinite. Close to stillness, but this kind of stillness is only for the object itself moving at the speed of light. While it feels that time is still, time in other places in the universe is actually still passing normally. Generally speaking, time is an attribute reflected by all objects moving in space. Although scientists will divide it into thermodynamic time, cosmological time, and psychological time, one thing is certain, that is, only movement will produce time. If all quantum activities in the universe cease at a certain moment, and human thinking activities also cease, then the time at this moment does not exist. Therefore, it is not too much to call time a hallucination produced during brain activity, and in the cave experiments that have been carried out many times, the experimenter's sense of time in the dark cave will indeed change. It feels like only 1 month has passed, but 2 months have passed since the outside world. Going back to Einstein's general theory of relativity, although time cannot go backwards or stand still, it allows humans to use the characteristics of time expansion to reach the future in a short period of time. The easiest way is to find a natural black hole, and then live near its safety line for a year before returning to the Earth. At that time, the time on the Earth will be 10 or even 100 years past due to the degree of distortion of time and space based on the mass of the black hole. First, although people who have lived near the black hole for 1 year are only 1 year old, the Earth is already a vicissitudes of life. In the foreseeable future, there may be people who will travel to the future through time dilation and see the world thousands of years from now with their own eyes.